We live in a world of cynicism, motivated by self-interest. They don't care about you. Politicians don't care about you. They care about their vote. They care about getting elected and the power that comes with that. And they will do or say whatever to get your vote. But when it comes down to it, it's your life. What are they going to do for you? Nobody's going to do anything for you. That's human nature. Nobody's interested in you. They're interested in themselves. Duh. The more I talk on this, the more I see what's really at stake in the broadness of this whole discussion. But it's strange. It's like there just never seems that there's a voice of reason, a middle ground. It's like like the main things that I find turbulent between, left and right, the things I find turbulent, it's like, okay, business. Conservatives are always on and on about business. We need business incentive. And there's always a pushback. Why should we ingratiate these bloated CEOs? Why should they be living high on the hog while the everyday man and woman is slugging it out at some fucking labor camp, Why are they making millions and billions off our fucking sweat and brow, right? It's like, okay, look, putting together a successful business is a hard thing to do. Not any old swinging dick can do it. Not any old flapping vagina can do it. It's a hard thing to do. Create a successful business. That's hard. All right? So there should be incentives for the people that take that due diligence, that entrepreneurial spirit, that foresight to create a company that produces great products for the consumer and jobs for the general public. Duh. There should be incentive for them to make that money. That's what makes economy thrive. That's what gets the products and the needs to the people. I need toilet paper. I don't want to wipe my ass with fucking gravel. Every time I gotta wipe my ass, I gotta go out into the fucking parking lot and pick up a handful of gravel and fucking wipe my ass. Fucking blood and shit and piss up my fucking butt crack. No, I want toilet paper. Somebody's got to produce it, right? I want fashionable clothing from time to time. I don't fucking live by it, but it's nice to have a pair of fashionable sneakers. It's nice to have a pair of fashionable jeans. Some dummy's got to create it, right? Why shouldn't they make a little bit of money off of that? And I get a good product. People are employed to make the product, and the people that facilitate the business, they make their money. Who's against that? Right? But no, they want to tax these companies up the fucking yin-yang, up the fucking wazoo. Then they pull out. They take their business manufacturing to a different country. Duh. You have to have tax breaks, to an extent, incentives for the heads of business to keep their business within a country. Right? And they should be well rewarded for the business they create. And in doing so, there can be something known as fair capitalism. There's many words for it, but the idea, fair capitalism. All right, you make your fucking money, cool. And as an employee, if I am dutiful and I show up and I produce and I meet the obligations of my job, then I too should equally be rewarded. Then I can take that money and do what I like. Put it into my family, put it into investment, maybe create my own business, burn it in a fucking trash pile, whatever. It's my fucking money, You know, that's the freedom of a democracy. And that's what makes an economy fucking thrive. Duh. So it's like sometimes when people be bitching about, you know, these conservative ideas where it's like, oh, all these fat fucking CEOs high on the hog. It's like, yo, like business, manufacturing, like a healthy, strong company is an asset to a country. You don't want that job going somewhere else. Why would you want to push that company out of your country? You know, you want them in the country, adding to the country, not off somewhere enriching another country, right? But then it's like, well, what about social reform? What about healthcare? What about disenfranchised communities? What about, social legislation that favors one group over the other? What about gay rights? What about trans rights? What about Black Lives Matter? What about, feminism? Yes, they're all important issues. Unfortunately, the truth remains nobody cares. Nobody really cares. You know, at a glance, what am I? At a glance, what am I? I'm a black entertainer. So, at a glance, it might seem that, I care about the things a black entertainer would, equal access to the alleged equal opportunity of show business, equal opportunity for my showcasing of my talent, blah, 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 which I'm not even really interested in. I pretty much believe that hard work, pretty much conquers all. I mean, you pretty much have to bust your ass at whatever you do if you want to make a buck. If you want to turn a lousy buck in this godforsaken world, you got to bust your hump, right? So I don't really believe in any whatever. And also, too, the problem with when you start playing these games of like, what do they call it? Affirmative action, Put the black guy in the job. He deserves a break, His poor black ass has been bent over a fucking, field plow, picking cotton for the last fucking 400 years, Give his black ass a little hand-me-out. Affirmative action. Well, what that does is it breeds resentment. Yeah, it's good if you're that fucking, I'm that cheat, that there's, like, look at me. Look at the way I talk. Do I look like somebody a fucking employer wants to hire? Do I sound like somebody that, oh, sure, we'll hire you? No, I'm disgruntled, opinionated, honest, real, talented. There's no room for that in show business. They want some fucking yes man. Just some cheesy, dorky, goofball, fucking, cookie cutter type brother, so that they can put into a fucking Nike commercial or, oh, we're going to make a dance movie. And, we need the young urban, like whatever, just some cheesy goofball, cornball, fucking yes man. That's what they want, a fucking yes man. I ain't no fucking yes man. And not that I'm bitter about it, but that's what I mean. It's like affirmative action, it breeds resentment, and perhaps rightfully so. Like what I saw happen was like during the whole like hashtag Oscar so white, during that whole movement, what I saw happen was like there was a overall resentment. Like I said, if you're like one of these, like you got the beautiful straight smile. Look at my fucking smile, for crying out loud. I'm an actor, for crying out loud. Look at these chompers. Look, take a good gander at these chompers. You think these chompers are going to be next to Jennifer Lawrence anytime soon? Look at these fucking crooked chompers. These fucking fangs of mine. It's an aesthetic, fucking shallow, fake industry. So that's what it's been built on. So it's like, Yeah, that's why I'm not. Well, I mean, I'm successful for myself. I'm glad to do what I do. But it's like, that's the reality of the business. There's realities. There's certain aesthetic value, certain values that a producer or production house want for their money. It's their money. It's their business. So when affirmative action comes around, it's like, okay, well, you got to jump through all these damn hoops. And if you don't, well, you're out the door. And now you're standing next to a bunch of disgruntled people that, oh, look at the black community getting these jobs in the film industry. And here I am, an Asian man or a white man or whatever, a white woman, and I'm not getting jobs, and this black guy's getting jobs. It breeds resentment. It doesn't breed this, oh, unity. Oh, great. Everybody gets a job. Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same horse shit packaged with a fake smile, and you're still out on the fucking pavement. Singing for your supper. It's a bunch of hogwash. Nobody cares. So that's what the thing is with like these social reforms, where it's like the reality is like, who gives a fuck about feminism? Feminists. Who gives a fuck about gay rights? Gaylords. Who gives a fuck about disability people? Fucking cripples. You name it, you got it. If you fucking smoke them, if you got them, buddy, nobody cares. Now, granted, on a more human approach, most people have empathy. Most people have empathy. Yeah, I understand. You got problems. Unfortunately, I have problems too, but I understand. You got problems. Most people have empathy. And that's that gray area where it's like, okay, well, yeah, we live in a cynical world motivated by self-interest, and basically you got to bust your ass if you want to turn a lousy buck. But for crying out loud, like, there are things that we can do as enlightened beings, isn't there? Isn't there a little bit more of a way? A little bit more compassion we can show? Definitely.